Hello and welcome to BlueTube, where we talk all things blue. And boy, am I excited for today's video. This is the return of Transfer Talk. If you guys have been with me for a long time, you guys will know this is the series that I started my channel with last summer actually. And I'm just very excited to bring this out to you guys again. As you guys know, the transfer window did start a while back. It's been about just over a week now, I think. So a lot has already gone on. So today, the purpose of today's video is to kind of just be a summary of everything that's happened in terms of Chelsea throughout this week that I haven't, been making transfer talks. And of course, transfer talks will be rolling out, more and more hopefully throughout the summer. But today is just a summary. So a lot of these rumors you guys may have heard, but as I said, it's a summary. Yeah. And also all of these articles will be linked in the description down below. So be sure to go read them if you want to, if you're interested in that. And while you're down there, leave a like. A cheeky little like will always help me. But anyway, guys, let's talk about transfers. And this is a player that has been on, in media quite a lot. And his name is Bonucci. He is the Italian center back. And if you guys have watched my transfer wishlist video, you guys will know that I actually want us to sign Bonucci. He is my #1 priority in the center back role. If you guys haven't watched it, be sure to check that out. And the reason that I gave for it, he's such an experienced defender. He's very good. He's had a really good showing in the Euros. He knows Antonio Conte's system. He stole on his philosophy, so he'll fit into the team very well. And it seemed like talks were going pretty well near the beginning of the window. In fact, even before the window opened, there were lots of rumors like, could he be joining Conte at Chelsea? But now it seems like Juventus are quite keen on holding on to Bonucci, and it's going to be very difficult to pry him away from them. So personally, it seems like this deal is not going to happen, unfortunately. As I said, he is my wish list defender, but it seems like it's not going to happen. But there is another center back though, which could happen, a lot higher likelihood of happening, and you guys have been telling me about him in the comment section in a lot of my videos, and his name is Kalidou Koulibaly. I don't know if that's how you say his name, Koulibaly. Just tell me. If you're French, then just tell me in the description, in the comment section down below. But anyway, Kalidou Koulibaly, center back, Napoli. As I said, he's French. He is French, right? Yeah, he's French. I'm just making sure. He's a young defender, 23 years old, I think. 22 or 23 years old. And he's been very good. In fact, he's one of the reasons that Napoli has had such a strong defense in the season that's just gone past. And he's been linked with a lot of different clubs actually. It began as Chelsea only, but now it seems like Everton are interested in as well. And there's some other clubs. You can read the article. But Everton are the main club that's trying to hijack this deal from Chelsea. And he has a price of around £30 million was thrown around at first, but now as you can see, £34 million bid was made by Chelsea, and Everton are apparently preparing a £38 million bid. I don't know why they're bidding. They have John Stones. Just be happy with what you have. I don't understand it. But yeah, hopefully Chelsea do win this race. I did say in the comment section of the video, of my wishlist video, and in the description of my wishlist video, that Koulibaly would be my second choice to Bonucci. And of course, as I said, Bonucci doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So, Koulibaly, I would be very happy if we did sign him. I would go as much as probably £40 million. That would be the highest that I go. But actually, because the pound is devalued, no one really knows what the hell is going on right now. So, but yeah, I would go as high as £40 million. Hopefully Everton don't keep bidding you have John Stones, or if you buy Koulibaly, give us John Stones. That might be a good deal. But now let's go on to midfielders, more specifically wingers. This might not be a rumor that you've heard, but it's quite a recent rumor, and his name is Felipe Anderson. He is the Italian left wing, I think, who plays for Lazio. He's very young, 22 years old, I think. And he is a great young player with great potential ahead of him. And of course, he's an Italian player. He's played in the Serie A. Conte knows him very well. And a common theme you'll see running throughout these transfers is that Conte is looking at the Italian league very closely. Bonucci, Koulibaly, Felipe Anderson, and more players to come. And I don't know if I should be worried or not, because the truth of the matter is the Serie A, the level of play at the Serie A is a lot lower than the Premier League. And I think if Conte does want to succeed in the Premier League, he has to, of course, Serie A will be the reliable league for him to go to, because that's the league that he knows inside out. But he does have to sort of branch out and look into other leagues as well. Actually, we did buy Batshuayi, who's in League One. So maybe, maybe I'm just speaking nonsense. I don't know. But Felipe Anderson, this is quite a new rumor, but it's not that substantial. It's not being rumored by many different outlets. But you know, what is this called? I actually forgot. The Daily Star is reporting it. There are like 2 or 3 others that I've seen. But it does seem like a deal that could happen. But as I said in my wishlist midfielders video, I don't think we need another winger. I think we have plenty of wingers. I think we already have Hazard, Willian, Pedro, and of course we need to give the youngster Kennedy an opportunity. So I think we have plenty of wingers in my opinion, and I would not want us to buy Felipe Anderson. Another winger that's being rumored is Candreva, and previously we were being linked with a move for Candreva. He's a 29-year-old Italian winger. He like all the Italian players, he is very good in the Euros. Unfortunate that they didn't win it, but they did play very well. And here's Candreva, £20 million player, and it seems like Lazio is Napoli is interested in prying him away from us. He's a Lazio winger right now. And you know, as I said, I don't think we should go for a winger. So I don't see this fuss with looking for a winger. The thing is, one thing that I could think of is that Conte is going to play a 3-5-2 formation. If he does that, he might want to buy in some, you know, players who are experienced in playing as a wing-back sort of player, and there aren't a lot of players in the Premier League or in the Chelsea squad who are used to playing as a wing-back. So I could see he's trying to branch out. I mean, people know that Juan Cuadrado is rumored to come back, and I have learned from my old video, he is actually still a Chelsea player. He is only out on loan. We did not actually sell Cuadrado, but he's trying to recall him, trying to play him. There's a lot of rumors. I said that in my Conte video that I predict for him to play a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-4. They're really the same formation if you think about it. But, you know, if he's interested in all these players, who knows? But as I said, I don't think we should buy him, and it seems like we're not going to be able to buy him anyway. This is a player or a name that you would have heard a lot in recent weeks. Raja Nainggolan. He is the Belgian midfielder playing for AS Roma once again, Serie A. Of course, Candreva was Serie A. There's lots of Serie A players. And of course, he's a good player, and you know, we were linked with him quite a lot in the Euros, and there were lots of rumors saying like, you know, Hazard and Courtois are trying to persuade him to join Chelsea, blah blah blah, and it seemed like a deal was just about to happen, but then it sort of just died away, and now it's saying that he's gonna stay at Roma, and it seems to be well established that he's not going to be going anywhere this season. And you know what, I don't mind, because I'm really gonna be referring to my wish list videos quite a lot, but as I said, he's a great player, but he would not be on my transfer wish list, and that player will be coming up soon as well. But another player that we have to talk about first is Arda Turan, the Turkish. The thing is, guys, I'm gonna be honest here. I don't know what position he plays in. What just happened? I don't know if he's a central attacking midfielder or a winger, because I don't really watch Barcelona that much, and that is my confession, guys. So I don't know if he's a winger, I don't know if he's an attacking midfielder, but I checked on FIFA, and FIFA tells me that he is a right mid. But I know that FIFA can be wrong a lot. And from my memory, I seem to recall him being a central attacking midfielder when I watched him some time ago. So I don't really know. But either way, he would not be on my priorities, because you guys know my priorities if you guys have watched my transfer wishlist videos, and I will be talking about him later. But Turan, we have been linked with him once again. And I don't think he is the right player to go for, if I'm completely honest with you. But at the same time, he's played for Barcelona. He has that passing philosophy. He could link up well with, even though he didn't really play with Fabregas, they both have that kind of Barcelona-esque feel about them, that they could link up well together. Who knows? But in my opinion, he's not the right player to go for. Another player that we have been linked with in recent weeks is Axel Witsel. And this is a weird rumor, because it's this is how, if this is a graph of the rumor, I should go like this to match the video. It began like this, and then sort of went up, it went up, it went up, and as this article shows, this was about a week ago, by the way, this article. It says, Chelsea win Witsel race, and we're like, oh, we're gonna sign him. And then nobody's heard his name since. So, I don't really know what's going on, guys. It seems like it's not gonna happen, because as I said, this article was posted a week ago, and no one's even said his name since then. But Axel Witsel is a player that we've been chasing for a while. In fact, if you guys remember this winter transfer window, when I made my transfer talk videos, I did mention his name a lot, because it seemed like, in fact, there was one rumor that Abramovich himself flew to Russia just to have talks with Witsel and his club owner. So, you know, he is a player that we've been interested in for a while, but I don't think we're going to go for him. Or at least, we're not going to go for him now. We're going to try out some other players first, see how those negotiations go, and if they fail, he might be like our fall-on guy, if that makes sense. Another player, and this is an interesting player. He's a Portuguese player. His name is André Gomes, and, you know, congratulations to Portugal, first of all, for winning the Euros. Not sure if you deserved it, but you won. You know, I can't really say anything as a Chelsea fan, probably. But anyway, André Gomes, Portuguese midfielder, youngster. He's not from the city, so, you know. And you know, I can't really say he did well in the Euros, because, you know, I mean, he won the Euros, but did any Portuguese player really do well in the Euros? I don't know, man. But he is a promising player. He did well last season when he was playing in the Portuguese league. I can't think of the name. I think it's Liga Portuguesa or something. But you know, he did play well there, and you know, he is a promising young player. And to be honest, he seems like a very, very exciting player, and I would be interested in him. But he comes with a hefty price tag. He comes with a price tag of around £40 million. In fact, this article claims that Chelsea made a bid of £40 million and it was rejected. So it's probably going to go up and up and up from here. And I don't know if I'm willing to pay that much for a player who hasn't really been proven on the highest level. But a player who has been proven on the highest level, or maybe not actually, but like he hasn't played Champions League yet, but he's done well in the Premier League. His name is N'Golo Kante, and you guys will know that I've been leading up to this. In the transfer wishes video, I said N'Golo Kante would be my first priority midfielder. So here he is, and there's been lots of rumors about Kante especially. He's been one of those players that people have just not been able to stop talking about. And he's had a very, very impressive season with Leicester last season. He's had a great Euros as well. France unfortunately failed to win the Euros, but when they got to the finals, it's pretty impressive. N'Golo Kante, apparently Chelsea were waiting for the Euros to end before they made an approach for him. So that, you know, his mind is away from the Euros, he's back to football, or like back to, you know, Premier League mode, or back to club mode. And, you know, the Euros have ended just a few days ago, and now this rumor has surfaced. The Chinese club, Shanghai SIPC, I don't know what that stands for, SIPG in fact, they have made a bid for N'Golo Kante. If you guys know, N'Golo Kante has a release clause of £20 million, which means that if a club bids £20 million for him, and that's the highest bid, Leicester can't reject that bid. They have to say, okay, have personal negotiations with Kante. The club can't say, we want more money. So that's why N'Golo Kante is such a hot prospect, attracting interest from all the Premier League clubs, from clubs like Real Madrid, clubs like PSG, clubs like Shanghai SIPG. You know, he's a hot player, and it seemed like he was interested in a move to Chelsea on a personal level. But as I said in the release clause, Leicester have to agree. If he has a release clause of £20 million, but Leicester are entitled to wait out for the highest bidder. So if Chelsea trigger his release clause of £20 million, but Shanghai bids £30 million for him, which is what they did, then Leicester can say, go away Chelsea, we're going to negotiate with Shanghai. So Chelsea would have to pay higher than £30 million if they wanted to go for N'Golo Kante, and I think we should. I think he's worth £40 million, maybe even up to £50 million. In fact, like, the market is so distorted these days, I don't even, like, he's probably worth £60 million in today's market, just because the prices are absolutely crazy. But I think, you know, £40 million, maybe £50 million deal for N'Golo Kante would be a very, very reasonable deal, and I would be quite happy with that. But, you know, I was excited about the $20 million release clause. It would have been great to get him for £20 million. That would have been the bargain of the century. But it doesn't seem like that's going to happen now. But, you know, Chelsea haven't actually made a formal bid yet, but hopefully they do soon. And I am actually quite confident on this deal. Of course, as I said, he's in my wish list. I want us to buy him, but I also believe that we will buy him because, you know, Conte seems to be prioritizing him a lot, and N'Golo Kante as a player seems to be keen on a move to Chelsea. So, you know, it's yeah, it's gonna fit well together, hopefully. But, you know, so far this video, I haven't talked about any players leaving. And one player that has been rumored to leave is Oscar, and this is an interesting one because in my transfer wish list midfielders video, I said in my video that I think we should sell Oscar. But then after the video, I thought about it and I added an annotation that says, I actually don't think we should sell Oscar. And that he is such a tricky player for me. Because I don't know if I want to sell him or not. I think either way I would be happy. Because I'm just really indecisive about this specific player. But Juventus seems to be wanting Oscar. They haven't actually made a formal bid for him yet. And in fact, they've been interested in Oscar since last winter. So this isn't a new thing. In fact, last summer I think they were interested in Oscar as well. So it could just be another window where they're interested in him but don't really make a move for him. But who knows what could happen. As I said, I don't know if I want to or if I don't want to sell him. So it'll be interesting to see how this negotiation goes. Another player that I forgot to mention, that I forgot to add the article here, is Nemanja Matic. And you gotta forgive me for that. But Nemanja Matic has been linked with a move away to Manchester United. And as you guys know, our beloved manager, Jose Mourinho, is now at Manchester United. And Nemanja Matic seems to be keen to join Mourinho again for whatever reason. And he has been linked with Manchester United. Nemanja Matic, the thing with him is his first season was incredible. He was just unbelievable. His next season, well, so I don't know what it's like. His this upcoming season, I don't know how he's gonna play. But in my video, in my wishes video, I said that I think he is gonna pick up his form, and I think that he will actually. So hopefully, I would want us to keep Nemanja Matic. I think he's a great player. He's got that solid, he's solid in defense. He can sweep away balls when he's on his game, of course. Make great tackles. He's all over everybody, when he's having a good game. So hopefully he can return to that level once again, and hopefully we don't sell him to Manchester United. Because what would suck is for us to sell him to United and then him to be amazing at Manchester United. That would just completely suck. So I hope that we don't sell Nemanja Matic. But this deal is something that hasn't been talked about that much. It has been mentioned, once or two times, but it hasn't been like a really hot topic. So hopefully that deal doesn't go through. Now let's talk about strikers, and actually, spoiler alert, but I want to talk about Michy Batshuayi. Of course, we signed Michy Batshuayi. That's something that happened this transfer window. I actually made a video about him. Be sure to go watch that video if you haven't yet. But so I'm not really going to talk about him in this video because this video is getting long enough already. But since signing Batshuayi, Chelsea seem to be on the hunt for another striker. As I said in my Conte video, we're going to be playing a 4-4-2 formation probably, which means we're gonna have to have two strikers in the first team and one striker, or at least one striker in the substitutes. As of now, we have Diego Costa, Michy Batshuayi, Bertrand Traore, and we have some youngsters like Dominic Solanke, Tammy Abraham, Islam Feruz, blah 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 blah. But really, we have 3 first-team strikers as of now. And in my wish list video for strikers, I mentioned that we need to sign another world-class striker. I proposed us to buy Aubameyang. I think he would be amazing. I hope we do go after him, but we haven't been linked with him, unfortunately. But we have been linked with Alvaro Morata a lot. In fact, we have even made a 60 million euro, which is 50 million pound bid for him, which was rejected by Real Madrid. And to be honest, I don't think he is worth more than 50 million pounds. I don't want us to go for him, and I've been quite vocal about that in the comment section of some videos. And it seems like Real Madrid aren't willing to sell him at all. They want to keep him. In fact, they're saying that he is a big part of Zidane's plan, and he's going to actually have a role in the Real Madrid first team. Excuse me. And I think that is a very exciting prospect, actually, to see how Morata does back at Real Madrid, the club that he was in before he moved to Juventus, and how he fits into the Liga and how he performed in the Champions League, of course, with a better team. No disrespect to Juventus, but Real Madrid, I would say, is a better team than Juventus. To see how he performs in that kind of circumstance, it would be interesting. As a Chelsea fan, it would be great to have him at Chelsea, but, is he really worth over 50 million pounds? There have been rumors saying Real are holding out for 65 million pounds, and now there's rumors that they're not even going to sell him. So I don't know what's going to happen. To be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if Real Madrid doesn't sell him, because I do think Real Madrid could do with another world-class striker. Or is he world-class? That's another question, but they could do with another great striker. And in fact, he's only 22 years old. Great future ahead of him. And he's a Spanish player that's always going to help Real Madrid to get that homegrown talent in there. And I personally don't think we should sign him. It doesn't seem like we're going to sign him, but I hope we do sign another world-class striker. Because, you know, some of you have been telling me in the comment section that Michy Batshuayi is enough. We can have Costa, Batshuayi, and in the substitutes we can have Bertrand Traore, and we can have Tammy Abraham, or bring up some youth players. But I think that squad is a bit too thin. We need some more thickness. We need some more depth in our team. We need more quality in our team. And as I said, we haven't been linked with Aubameyang yet, but I hope we do link with him. Guys, if any of you know Abramovich personally, or know Antonio Conte personally, tell him to watch this video. Or tell him to watch my transfer wishes for strikers video, where I give my reasons for why I think we need a world-class striker and why I think Aubameyang fits the bill. You know, tell them to buy Aubameyang. I think he's gonna be insane if he comes to Chelsea. But anyway, really, that's it for today, guys. This has been a long video, just a quick wrap-up of everything. And as I said, I will be making more and more videos, especially more and more transfer talks as the window goes on, so stay tuned for that. Hit the subscribe button if you want to be notified at every new video. And guys, just before I go, thank you for 400 subscribers. It is absolutely insane. I am ecstatic at that. 400, that is big number. Big number. I'm very, very happy with that. But guys, that's it. More videos coming soon. But until then, stay blue.